proceeding looking on the classification of the monosaccharide, and we have seen that the monosaccharide, they are classified based on the number of carbonyl group that is present within that structure, but also based on the number of carbon atom that they found in that structure. And we terminate by saying that these two systems of classifying the carbohydrate, they are combined so that we can have a complete structure of monosaccharide. And we have seen that is, for instance, we have the glyceraldehyde and the aldotriose. All of this structure is the result of combination between these two systems of classifying the monosaccharide. And now we can simply say that we have another thing, that is ribulose is an aldopentose, that it has 5 carbonyl. So also we have glucose is an aldohexose. It has 6 carbon aldehyde. Also we have the hydroxyacetone, that is a ketotriose. It has almost 3 carbon ketone. So we have almost a different kind of structure that the result is due to the combination of these two systems of classifying monosaccharide. You can see, for instance, we have this glucose. Glucose imetokana na aldo, meaning that in the structure there is the aldehyde group. But also it is the 6 carbon compound. Ndio inakamilisha sasa zile system mbili zikiungana, ndipo ambapo inakuletea a complete structure, a complete name of monosaccharide. Let's see another examples. We have also ribulose, the ketopentose, meaning that in their structure there is a ketone group. That is the ketopentose. And also there is pentose, meaning that they have 5 carbon atoms. We have the fructose, which is a ketohexose. This contains 6 carbon ketone. So that is all about the structure now, or the classification of the carbohydrate. So now, after we have already seen the structure or the classification of the carbohydrate, so now let's see the properties of carbohydrate. Yeah, hii is a carbohydrate or this monosaccharide zinakuwa na properties zipi, zinakuwa na features zipi. And here we can simply say that monosaccharide are the simplest form of carbohydrate, and they have several important properties. Simplest form of carbohydrate. And thereby, by being very simple, or the simplest form of carbohydrate, we have got a lot of the properties. And these one are the properties of carbohydrate. The first characteristic, or the first property of carbohydrate, simply here we can say that monosaccharides are composed of single sugar unit containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atom. So the general formula, that is the CN, carbon N, and hydrogen 2N, oxygen N, where N is typically 3 or more. So ukiangalia, tukianza na basic structure ya monosaccharide, obvious tunasema imetengenezwa na 3 elements or 3 atom. And the first atom is carbon, the second one is hydrogen, but the last one it is the oxygen atom. So ukiangalia kwenye general formula, ili kupata monosaccharide, tunasema kwamba hii ndio general formula ya kupata monosaccharide. So meaning that hizi N ambazo unaziona kwenye hii empirical formula or the general formula of monosaccharide, they tend to vary, but they started from 3. So hapa ukiweka 3 itakuwa ni triose. Ukiweka 4 hapa itakuwa ni tetrose. Ukiweka 6 itakuwa ni hexose, whatever. So it depends on the number of carbon atom, and that's bring about their basic key structure. And also we have another property of carbohydrate, that is monosaccharide, that is the solubility. So most monosaccharide are soluble in water due to their ability to form hydrogen bonds. So this solubility is important for their role in biological processes. So most of these carbohydrates, or most of the monosaccharides, they are soluble in water, meaning that they have ability to dissolve completely while they are dissolved within a water. A good example, we have a glucose. Kwa mfano ukichukua glucose ukichanganya kwenye maji ina dissolve completely. So why is glucose dissolving completely when they are mixed with water? It's due to the tendency of this monosaccharide, that is glucose, to form the hydrogen bond. So ikiform hile hydrogen bond ndipo ambapo inaweza ikahydrolyze au ikadissolve completely within the water. So that dissolving within a water completely ndio ambayo ina bring about the important role in biological processes. And we have another importance of carbohydrate, or importance of the monosaccharide, that is the sweetness. Most of carbohydrates such as glucose and fructose, they have sweet in taste, which makes them important in the nutrition and food. So ukiangalia pia hizi monosaccharide, for instance glucose na fructose, remember fructose inatokea kwenye yale ripening fruits, matunda ambayo yameiva. For example, we are talking about mango, ripening mangoes, we are talking about the ripening banana and so on. Those that sweetness which is found within a banana is the fructose. So now tunasema kwamba due to that ina bring about the feature now, or the property of the monosaccharide, that is the sweetness in taste. So, and due to their sweet in taste, they are important in nutrition and food. So that is the property of monosaccharide. We have another property of monosaccharide, that is isomerism. Isomerism, that is the we can say that is simply the process whereby the basic structure of any compound inakuwa na same structural formula, but inakuwa na different molecular formula. For instance, monosaccharide, they can exist in different structural formula known as the isomer. For instance, we have glucose, fructose, they have the same molecular formula, that is this one, but they have different structural formula. So isomer, simply you can say that a molecule, a tendency of a molecule to having the same molecular formula, but they have different structural formula. Kwa mfano ukiangalia structure ya glucose na fructose, ile molecular formula yake inakuwa ni sawa, but ukienda kuangalia in the structure now, they are quite different, and that's bring about the property of monosaccharide, that is isomerism. Another feature or another property is the reactivity. So this carbohydrate, which is monosaccharide, they can undergo various chemical reactions including oxidation, reduction, and can participate in glycosidic bond formation to create disaccharide and polysaccharide. Kwa ukiangalia pia kwenye feature au ukiangalia reactivity content, tunasema kwamba these monosaccharide, they tend to undergo oxidation together with a reduction reaction. So thereby it tend to form glycosidic bond. While tutaenda kuiona hii glycosidic bond inatengenezwa vipi ndani ya monosaccharide. So now here you have to know that these monosaccharide, they have tendency to undergo redox reaction, meaning that oxidation together with the reduction reaction. And another feature here, we can simply say that the energy source. So most monosaccharide, they are quickly metabolized by body to produce energy, making them primary source of fuel for cellular processes. So ukiangalia pia hizi monosaccharide nyingi zinakuwa na uwezo mkubwa wa kutengeneza energy nyingi mno ukikompare na other kind of organic components, that is the protein pamoja na lipids. So kwa sababu gani zinakuwa na uwezo wa kutengeneza energy kwa wingi zaidi? Kwa sababu zikiingia ndani ya mwili zinaweza zikabe metabolized very quickly so that it will release energy. And also another property, it is that building block. So the monosaccharide also, they serve as a fundamental building block for more complex carbohydrates, contributing to the structure and function of a larger molecule. Pia ukiangalia most of these monosaccharide, they used as a building block For instance, ukitaka kutengeneza nyumba lazima utakuwa na nini? Na matofali. Ni sawa na monosaccharide. Monosaccharide hapa tunachukulia kama ni matofali sasa. For instance, mfano wake tuna glucose. Glucose ndio building block of other molecule of carbohydrates. For instance, we are talking about glycogen, starch. All of them, they come from this building block that is glucose. And my student, by saying so, this marks the end of our today's session. So also I would like to invite you again into the next session, whereby we are going to clarify another the function of the monosaccharide, and we're going more further discussing on another class of carbohydrate, that is the disaccharide. So thank you for following us, Educare TZ, and bye bye. Have a nice moment.